This case is hard to watch because it's not just about crime. It's about parenting, responsibility, and a child caught in the middle. Two parents, Casey and Chelsea, are in court for endangering their baby. Marijuana smoke, reckless choices, and an innocent life at stake. The judge doesn't hold back. And honestly, why should she? When a child's safety is on the line, every excuse sounds hollow.
That's all.
All right, Mr. Coleman.
I'll be brief, Judge. The defendant is here through his own actions, and if that has a negative impact on his licensing, then it's because of his own fault. The state's recommendation is based on the defendant's criminal history and the nature of the offense, the nature of leaving this infant child in a car that reeked of marijuana. And that's really all I have.
If I can just respond briefly, it seems like that obviously he's got to support the family, and that's in the child's interest that he maintain employment, that he's able to support the family. So,
Do you have regular drug testing with your job?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you pass a test today?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
I figured we were going to get probation, so we were going to stop. We stopped last Friday.
So you're on.
what would you be dirty?
Marijuana. That's it.
It's not that's it,
It's
right? It's just not that's it. You have how many prior marijuana related offenses? There was marijuana smell with the baby in the car with you and your baby's mother. You're here thinking, yep, she's just going to give me probation, so we'll start a week before. Stop smoking when you shouldn't have been smoking the whole time. Like, that is the craziest thought process.
Think about this. Your baby is sitting in a car that reeks of marijuana. That's not just bad judgment. That's dangerous. The prosecutor lays it out plainly. The defendant is here because of his own actions. No one forced him into this. And yet, even facing court, he admits he would fail a drug test today. That's not accountability, that's denial.
So all this talk about your job and how important it is, what if they drug test you? It must not be that important to you.
It is.
It's not. Clearly, it's not. Taking care of your family is clearly not a priority if you're still smoking marijuana, knowing that you could lose your job, knowing that you could go to prison. Then there's something wrong with how you're thinking. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Have a seat in the jury box and I'll think about it.
What really gets me is the mindset. Quit smoking a week before court and hope the judge buys it. The judge calls it what it is, the craziest thought process. And she's right. If your family, your job, and even your freedom aren't enough to make you quit, then what is? At that point, it's not just a habit. It's a problem controlling your entire life.
Okay, so Mr. Casey, again, we've already gone over what you were here for, what you pled guilty to. You've told me I'm not going to worry about getting a test, that you would test positive for smoking marijuana after all of the things that I've read and seen in your pre-sentence report. I am willing to follow this probation, but there are going to be some conditions that were not anticipated today. And I want you to know, as I'm saying what those are, it's the only way I'm going to follow the agreement and give you probation. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I am going to give you the opportunity on a deferred probation because I want you to be able to work and provide. So I'm going to defer all proceedings and place you on probation for a period of 5 years.
The judge absolutely nails him here. Taking care of your family is clearly not a priority, and it stings because it's true. Every choice he made put his family at risk, not just with the child in the car, but with his job and his future. This isn't about weed anymore. It's about responsibility, and the lack of it is crushing.
I'm going to order a fine in the amount of $1,000. I'm also going to order that you enter and successfully complete the ISF program, the cognitive track of ISF. That means you're going into custody today. It's a 90-day program that is to help you make better thinking decisions. And when you are released, you are going to be required to enter and successfully complete the JCDI program for drug treatment, because obviously you need help with two different things in order to be successful in the future. This is what I'm doing, period.
Please.
Nope, there's no please. Same thing's happening to her. So
What?
y'all need to, y'all need to stop. And you need to calm down, because y'all are the ones that made the decisions that you made that make absolutely zero sense. And so the only way that I feel comfortable with you being out on probation and possibly getting your child back is that you go through and get some kind of treatment so that you make better decisions, and so that you'll stop smoking marijuana a week before court. Nope, there's no raising your hand. I'm not going. Well, then you'll have to get another one when you get out. And I hate that for you. But that, listen, you stop talking, or things could be even worse. Listen, I'm not doing this to you. Y'all did this to yourself.
Here's where the judge shows both toughness and mercy. She gives Casey deferred probation, meaning if he completes it, no felony conviction. That's huge. But she attaches strict conditions, drug treatment, 90 days in custody for a cognitive program, mandatory rehab. It's not just punishment. It's a last chance at turning his thinking around.
So you're Chelsea Allen, and Miss Allen, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child. I've received a copy of the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Judge.
I have,
Are there any additions or corrections?
No mistake.
So you went through an outpatient substance abuse treatment just last year, right? And you did that through Spindletop, and you're still smoking marijuana a week before court.
Are you smoking marijuana? Did you smoke marijuana a week ago? Yes,
Yes.
The judge's words are so powerful here. You did this to yourself. I'm giving you the best possible situation to succeed. That's the truth. This isn't about the system being unfair. It's about choices. And now, Casey has one last shot to prove he can do better for himself and for his child.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, you can get some points for being honest, but you also have to make better decisions. And when you've already gone through treatment and you're waiting for a felony court and you're still making those bad decisions, then the only way for me to have any sense of responsibility, I think, to what I have to do and to the community and for your child and for you to be successful is to get you more intensive help than what you've already had. So
then comes Chelsea, the baby's mother, and her story is just as frustrating. She already went through outpatient treatment for drugs last year. She should know better. But here she is, admitting she smoked weed a week before court. It's heartbreaking, because if treatment didn't wake her up, what will?
Yes, Your Honor, my thinking was that perhaps the court's concerns could be addressed in action.
I'm considering something a little bit different for Miss Allen. I know that probably doesn't help a lot financially, but just based on the situation before with Spindletop, just take a breath.
We do have that here.
I know. Take a breath. I mean, do you understand? Do you understand why I am where I am? And how irresponsible and how ridiculous the decision was to smoke. What? Well, I mean, you would. Well, it's not a matter of y'all leaving each other. It's a matter of you making this, and it may be if that's what makes you make better decisions, right? So if you have, hang on, listen to me, all right? If you are feeling pressure to make decisions and to smoke and these decisions that make no sense, then you have to do at this point what's right for you, because you, regardless of what happens to him, are looking at going to prison for making those decisions. Whether you feel pressure for them, whether you make them on your own, it's time for you to take that personal responsibility and do what's best for you and your child that you don't even have right now, and that you're not going to get if you keep making these bad decisions, right?
The judge doesn't let her off easy. More intensive treatment, mandatory drug programs, probation terms tied to her ability to stay clean. She even calls out Chelsea's need to stop minimizing her responsibility. This isn't just about being honest. It's about changing behavior. And honesty without change is just empty words.
You're going to have to do parenting classes if you haven't already through CPS.
Completed though.
Good,
Completed parenting classes.
Good.
Mental health classes.
good.
And this mental classes.
Perfect. So as far as you having visitation with your child, what is the situation, and are there any court orders right now?
The court order for the visitation for a child is that we are supposed to visit him every Sunday from 1 to 5.
So y'all have some family court orders already?
Yes.
Is that through CPS and the family court, or just CPS?
I believe it's through the family court.
Okay.
They
your-
told us when our case got closed that they were waiting for the judge to sign off on the agreement we made for visitations.
Okay.
And
So here's the
Okay.
thing, I'm fine with visitation, but it's not going to be unsupervised until I make
yeah,
sure that
it's
you
not
get,
allowed to be.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
that's okay, that's okay. So if you get to a point in the family law matter where they start allowing unsupervised visitation, you need to talk to your probation officer about that so that I can then modify if I feel like it's appropriate and you've done everything you're supposed to on probation, because you have to have my permission to have unsupervised visitation with the child as well. So not just them, but me too. And that's going to depend on how you're doing in JCDI or through the mental health and substance abuse services. If you're doing everything you're supposed to, you're following all those rules, you've done everything through CPS and family court, then I want you to get your child back. I want you to have those visitations and be working towards that. It's only going to happen if I feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to.
This moment is the core of it all. It's time for you to take responsibility and do what's best for you and your child. That line should hit every parent watching this like a brick. Because at the end of the day, a child doesn't care about excuses. They need stability, safety, and love. And neither parent is showing that yet.
I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was that agreement, and so you have waived it. Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, Judge.
Okay. So again, Ms. Allen, I want you to take advantage of this opportunity, right? You make decisions. There's going to be, I'm sure he's very upset, but you need to make decisions for yourself right now with the opportunity that you're being given. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Have a seat. Probation. I'll talk to you when she's
As the gavel comes down, the message is crystal clear. You can talk about jobs, stress, or excuses all day long. But until you prove through actions that you can be responsible, your child isn't coming back. Both Casey and Chelsea were given probation, treatment, and one last chance. But one more slip, and they'll lose not just their freedom, but their family. And maybe that's the wake-up call they finally need.